Hello guys, let's talk about the list of banks that are about to close due to the proposed Business Law 2024. Before we all run to the banks to withdraw our money and cause the collapse ourselves, I think we need to know what all this is about, what it means, and also get our facts right, yes? I know the statement about the possible 24 banks closing has caused quite a stir in the social media. And there's a lot of concerns and confusion, and I can't believe how misinformed we are and how much information we are consuming that do not have all the facts. Just nuggets of information that is misleading people. So I'm here to break it down, just to educate us so that we may understand what is going on, and I really wish that we would do more public education to just explain such things before maybe throwing big words to people and causing panic, especially when it comes to money and finances and money in the bank, our hard-earned cash. I think it is wrong that we don't have all the information that we need to make the right decision. So let us do a little session about this. So first things first, this is a proposed bill. It has not been passed to law yet. I think we know the process of passing a bill to a law, yes? And now, just to mention that this bill was read the first time on Wednesday, 13th November 2024, just the other day. And thereafter, it was committed now to the relevant committees for consideration and reporting to the House, yes? And you can see how early we are in the process, the whole process of passing a bill to a law. You can see how early this bill is, and there are a lot of things to consider. There are a lot of discussions to be held. There are voting. There are a lot of things that need to be considered before it is passed to the law. Yes, and I want us to know, how did we even get here? How did we get to a point where we are talking about 24 banks, possible closure of 24 banks here in Kenya? Let's see. So ideally, the Central Bank of Kenya, CBK, usually conducts what we call a stress test, just to assess the resilience of banks under adverse economic conditions. This test evaluates how banks would do if they are faced with severe economic downturns, yes. So according to the latest test, the CBK highlighted that there are some vulnerabilities in our banking system that needs to be addressed, and one of them was raising the core capital for the banks. So core capital usually refers to the minimum amount of capital that a bank must have just to ensure its financial stability. Yes, and the core capital is a very critical measure of a bank's financial strength, and it is used to absorb losses, ensuring that banks can continue to operate even in adverse conditions. So the Ministry of Investment, Trade and Industry has submitted this bill, the Business Law Amendment Bill 2024, and this proposed bill suggests increasing the minimum core capital requirement for banks from 1 billion Kenya shillings to 10 billion Kenya shillings within 3 years. So ideally, this proposed amendment is intended to strengthen the resilience and increase the bank's capacity to finance large-scale projects while creating sufficient capital buffer to absorb and withstand shocks. So the other day, from September 23rd to 27th, 2024, there was a public hearing where the Ministry of Investment, Trade and Industry held a consultative workshop just to gather public opinions. Yes. Now, during this in-person consultative workshop, the Kenya Bankers Association raised a concern about the bill, and this is where the issue of possible closure of 24 banks came in. So they raised a concern, and they said that 24 banks might close if the bill passes as it is. They are worried because the bill proposes to increase the core capital now from, as we mentioned, from 1 billion to 10 billion Kenya shillings within 3 years. Okay, so KBA suggested that this time frame should be extended to 8 years now that pushing the deadline to 2032. You can see that is a long period of time. And according to the Standard newspaper, they said they spoke to a CEO of a big bank who said if the bill passes, the banks will need to increase their capital to meet the new requirements. This could lead to mergers and acquisition or absorption as smaller banks try to meet the new standards. So what this means is banks have 3 to 7 years to decide what they want to do. But because they are still in profit, I don't think there is any bank that is willing to close down. They will definitely find ways to raise the capital, whether it means mergers or acquisition. I know they will just find a way to make sure they are still in business. I know jobs will be lost because of similar laws in banks that will merge, but at the end of the day, our money will be safe. While all this might seem alarming, it is important to remember that this is just a proposed bill and it will go through public consideration before decisions are made. So let's quickly look at how this looks or what this means for the economy. Well, if the banks merge, it would lead to more stability in the financial sector. However, it might also mean higher interest rates on loans as banks try to recover their costs. And also, there have been some concerns about, because these banks are the ones that usually offer loans to private sectors, but there have been a lot of concern that they have reduced credit to private sector, particularly to micro, small, and medium enterprises, because they are directing their capital into the lucrative government bonds for higher yield. So it is a delicate balance, and the public inputs will be crucial in shaping the final outcomes. But yeah, so guys, let's stay informed and stay in the know, and let's see how this bill will evolve. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like, share, and also subscribe to more updates. Bye for now.